right, everyone, you see the players. They're back. 1,000, 2,000, no limit hold'em. Had a little bit of a change of scenery. The players are in different angles. The action is still the same here at KPC Live. Remember, we're playing 1,000, 2,000, no limit hold'em with a 3,000 squid penalty. And we're off and running right away. Xuan with the mystery hand. Wang kicked us off with a raise, 22,000, ace jack offsuit. Call from Elton, call from Wiktor, and now Xuan looks like he's interested. Raise it up. Uptown for Xuan. We don't know his hand, but we do know it's 134,000 to go. Mr. Wang. Quick call. Going heads up. Xuan versus ST Wang. 10 with the mystery hand. 312,000 in the middle to start us off. And that is a board that ST is gonna love. Not exactly what 10 was hoping for. Let's see how he proceeds. He's reaching. Grabs a pink. A $1.40. And ST with the trap. Just a call with top two. What does he have in mind? 8 of diamonds brings in the flush. So if Xuan had something like ace king of diamonds, ace 10 of diamonds, queen 10 of diamonds, certainly loves that card. This pot is ballooning. 592. He's reaching again. Half pot wager. 300,000, and ST Wang's hand is certainly too strong to release. Beat hands like ace queen with a diamond, ace king with a diamond. Your opponent could also be turning some hands like queen's diamond into a bluff, king 10 offsuit with a diamond into a bluff here. Time chip used. And this pot has just crossed the $1 million mark. 1,192,000. And the river, 10 of hearts. King Queen has just filled. So if Xuan 3-bet a hand like King Queen, bet flop, bet turn, especially with a diamond, he just banged off the river straight. And also hands now like ace queen and ace king don't really love this card, so if ST faces a bet, he could probably deduce that those are not the hands that he's facing. Xuan out of position, a 3-bet pot in a $1.192 million pot. These pots really define your session. And these long deliberations from Tan Xuan, you really can't use them as a read. He does this quite often where he takes his time. And that is a big bet. $930,000. And this is a decision for ST. Facing almost $1 million on this river with top 2. But this top 2 is just a bluff catcher at this point. Your opponent is not saying he has worse 2 pair. He's not saying he has ace king or ace queen. This is basically a straight plus. ST would love to have a diamond in his hand. I'm assuming he would have called if he had that ace of diamonds potentially. But without it, it's a little bit rough. Trying to get a read. And if anybody's capable in this session, it's certainly Tan Xuan. He throws them all the time banks. We might be here for a while. And can you blame him? I mean, you have top 2. Tan Xuan might be a little bit spicy today. But if he has value, you're about to get smoked. And I did say that these are the pots that define your session. I mean, this is a huge swing. It looks like he wants to call. I mean, you can't get a read off Tan Xuan. I mean, this guy gives away nothing. Remember, Tan Xuan 3-bet pre, has a squeeze, and then bet bomb. And one by one, those time banks keep being used. Now he wants to fold. The agony. Another time bank. It's a gross spot. Look at how tough ST is thinking about this. Time bank again. Oof. Pump fake. One more time bank. There's 2 left. 1 more minute. Real poker is right. This spot is gross. 1 time bank. Last time bank. We have 30 seconds and we will have a decision. Down. And he had king 3 of clubs. You gotta be kidding me. Wow. Wow. That's gonna hurt. Oh my lord. 10 Xuan. Are you kidding me?
你不会2个八关就call 了吧，大哥？我很上头。
我在透支的话，妈
I'm in complete shock.
真的很辛苦啊，大哥。
这个10个也
Is there alcohol in that drink? Because there should be.
真的很上头，我看看
真的很辛苦啊，妈。
辛苦啊！
这个盐水还有点多啊，
Wow, the table is absolutely exploding.
是吧？第一把牌我就这么血。
What did I just witness?
学王爷的他妈的管不了了，王爷也是拼了命的，妈的，他也是没什么任。
I mean,
我那个啥
real poker's right.
好，你就等。
I mean, that was incredible. That's a hand that's going to be talked about for some time. 3 bet squeeze, bet bomb, no diamond, no nothing. And now he picks up a real hand. You deserve it, Ten Shui. You deserve this ace king suited.
300多万。
If anyone ever deserved it, it's you.
如果扣上去，昨天那个目前是最大的。
我觉得有。
Wow.
有点，
我觉得很难没有。
那你
打不过，打不过。
为什么打不过？扣一扣。
哇！
Give that man another squid. That's 3. Remember, the penalties double at 3, 5, and 7 squids.
他了就有点问题了。
And can you imagine the sweat? You're sitting there and your opponent's using every single time bank in front of him. You threw out basically $1 million with bubbles. And your opponent... Oh my lord. Okay, here are your winnings. KPC live in the building. Yi up 990,000. But the talk of the hour is certainly that hand. I don't know if we're gonna see a better one, but if we are, I'm here for it. ST is gonna be spicy for a little while for sure.
A 勾以上彩礼嘛。A 勾 AA， 所有的花，什么哪次花我他妈的我3花不打，神经病！看哪次花说的意思。
不是，我是说。
Unreal. All right. Elton's gonna kick it up from the cutoff. Queen 5 offsuit. After facing a couple limps. And then Xuan is just bully ball right now. 121,000.
数太多了。
你说偷鸡的组合是吧？啊，你说就是圈费。
And that's another squid.
输的组合很多了。
That's 4.
又被投这么长。
看老板这么凶，
Penalty doubles again if he wins another one, and he's on the
没
button.
办法嘞，扣不动就是扣不动，对不对？
多多几次就可以赎回米勒了。
你要，对吧？我要是花我也扣了，你不是花嘛他妈的，我也 A 我也扣了，没 A， 你说怎么办？
有花肯定 call 你嘛。
我踩一个 A 我就把我扣了嘛，我踩个红桃 A。因为长期来说 ，4 还是划算的，真的。我刚才1K 我长期4也是划算，没办法。你看叫你说有办法。
And we see here ST kicking it up.
这个9条也没有那个吧？就4倍啊。
24,000. Elton's gonna join along. Little King 10 offsuit. And 10 Xuan on the button. He's in there. And we're gonna see a squeeze here, almost certainly courtesy of Yi's King Queen of Diamonds.
很烫。
Fucking dangerous。
这个牌如果说像
uncallable。
See the pink chip, we're going up. 143. And you know ST's a little spicy after that last hand. It'd take a lot of discipline to fold a pocket pair after that. I wouldn't do it. And neither does he. Good for you, ST. Let's fight.
3倍的鱼是吧？
We don't just get run
是
over.
3倍是吧？不是4倍啊。
如果想
All right.
做这个话，这个牌
Ten Xuan was thinking about it, but we're going heads up. Yi versus ST. 336 in the middle.
量嘛，
输了有什么流量获得的嘞？肯定是获得流量嘛，你真的是说啥呢？肯定是输嘛，啊不是获对了是获得流量
A。decent board for Yi. He has the gutty to the nuts.
只会别人说你
It is a board that will interact a chunk with ST.
对不对？
However, I don't think you want to check call this hand,
只要
so
一大就有流量。
probably gonna start with a
拿
bet.
着一个单 A， 你扣到底，别人不帮你鱼啊？
We're betting. $110. That's about third pot.
你给他打了
厉害。
And ST
你给他
sticky.
打了10连牌，你才做完。
Not giving up yet. Over 500,000 now. Turn card.
厉害了。
Brick. 6 of diamonds. And of course the cameraman goes over to see the eye roll, courtesy of that 6-9 offsuit fold from Ten Xuan. I love this cameraman. But the decision is here. Yi, do you unload another bullet? And this man looks like he wants to fire. Another bullet incoming. Looks like a little less than half pot. 212. And at this point, 8s is shrinking. However, you do beat King 10, King Queen, Queen 10. But it is a lot of heat for these 8s, and down goes 8s.
啊，你大爷的！
And he's gonna get shown another bluff.
靠近来
ST's gonna be spicy, man. I can feel it. Listen, I've been showed back-to-back bluffs like that sometimes, and I've lost my stack shortly after, but ST's a better man than I am.
这个基本码。
So I don't expect it. But I do expect that VPIP to go up just a little bit. And that's okay. We all will do it. Just a little bit, little 5% extra. Little extra fight.
就多输了手圈 K。
不是10，我应该不打了吧？
这么细，不叫死了不打了。
应该。这实在挺好。
K3 放弃啊，
Elton, suited connector, limp.
不像你啊，大哥。
And Ten Xuan with a pretty nice hand being live for the 5th squid here. I'm sure he's not complaining. Kick it up.
你疯了？啊？
And these boys know that Ten Xuan's gonna be a little bit more aggressive.
对，让我腾哥来治一
See
下。
how Elton responds to this. We know he's not folding. Maybe sometimes he throws in a pink chip, but no, this time just a call. Going heads up. And a dream spot for Ten Xuan. Absolute dust for Elton. And this is going to be the 5th squid for Ten Xuan. Take it down.
一点搞不过。
He wasn't bluffing you,
你
Elton.
拿这张，你看就打不来不？反正你是不这样说了。
你真的打过了。还有另外2张，还有另外1张。真的比我大了，妈的！
不中都比你大，不中都比你大
And。that's 5 squids.
有的比我大多。
啊，气氛拉满，5
So
条。
remember, the squid starts at 3K. Doubles on the 3rd squid and doubles again on the 5th. And then doubles again if he gets 7.
啊，我
输输
But
你
here are
妈
your
的
winnings. Yee, 1.3 million. Ding, 300,000. ST Wang still in the black.
错过机会了，让他推出来，那个谁收掉了？
Even after those 2 pots, still winning. And Ten Xuan with another real hand. King Queen suited, and these boys are gonna be suspicious. Hi Young. 2 Broadway cards on the button. Does he wanna play police officer here? Nah. Wise decision.
当透明的。
And look at this. ST picks up aces, and ST looks like he's tilted. This is a dream situation. It looks like he's way too spicy. And then he picks up aces. And Ten Xuan has a real hand. This might be bad news for Ten Xuan, especially if he connects. It might be bad news for Elton if he decides to jump out the window. What a spot for ST. His image is completely shot. Nobody believes this. And that's what's hesitating Elton. He sort of feels like there's no way ST has it. Good fold. And neither of these guys are gonna believe each other. ST went from thinking that Ten Xuan was getting out of line, trying to pick up all these squids, to hoping Ten Xuan has something now. And fortunately for him, he does. Don't think Ten Xuan's gonna fold at any point. If anything, he might jump out the window himself. But we're just gonna call. And this pot can get big. 338 going to the flop. And that's 2 spades for Ten Xuan. And this pot can certainly balloon quick. It's a collision course. Ten Xuan has to feel like his opponent doesn't have much of anything. So he might choose to raise and take it down right here. ST starts us off with a bet. 125.
哦，就所有短牌比赛都没直播。
要干？
职业的。
Ten Xuan's certainly thinking about, do I just raise here? Everything's going Ten Xuan's way after we did a seat draw.
哪里有问题？
But it can all go down in flames just as fast. And we're going up. 400,000. And I think if you're ST, you sort of accept your fate, put the money in. But it's not fun. Here we go. All of it. Call. And we're playing for it, boys. $2 million pot. And we saw the script being written as soon as the pre-flop action got to ST Wang. And now we are in the climax one time. All of it. 2 million. Turn card. Ace of spades. That gives Ten Xuan a flush, but we're going to try to boat this up. We need to pair the board. And it does not pair. That's a $2 million pot for Ten Xuan. Wow. And all of it goes to Ten Xuan. Wins 1,040,000 in that pot.
我来看怎么？
看一下。
And felt in front of ST.
没必要吧？
没办法了，跑不了。
真的是，以前的用不完。
Quick reload.
啊？
你也买花。
3？我用了3个吗？
之前用的没收你，你对呀、你想那么久，怎么还有10个兄弟？
And look at that stack. My goodness.
我富裕就算了，打不过。
And he's on for the 7th squid. Oh my god. Boys, you gotta stop this man right now. He's a loose train.
这就是很巧的、很邪门的。你是不是也感觉我100要赢了？你是不是感觉我要赢了？对吧？
You mean if 7 squid?
84K？
应该感觉有这个感觉吧？讲实在的，
玄学，
对，是玄学。 我也感觉我要赢的这个。发这个面我就
The boys are talking about it.
赢掉了，没办法。
That's right, he's on for the 7th squid. Oh boy. It's been all 10 Xuan since the seat draw.
台湾师傅，
What a hand, 2
他
million.
里面有9个，这个很亏哟。
10 Xuan. I guess we'll call this a suited connector. Kick it up. You boys are gonna have to play defense here. And that's 84,000. Who wants to stand up to this man? He's live for the 7th squid. Somebody pick up something. Alright, an ace is certainly good enough. I mean. But what do? Do you just send it? I mean, this is sick. You really don't want to just call 84,000. Well, you don't want to get stacked again either. This is gross. I respect ST. ST looks like he threw in a pink chip, though. 3-bet, 230. And you know Ding thinks that both these guys are full of it.
84.
And this is what Squid does on the 7th squid. Everybody wants to stop it. I mean, if he says all in, this goes fold, fold. But just down, I mean, this is insane. Elton with a real hand. There's no way Elton's folding. I mean, listen. If you've never played Squid before, it doesn't get more fun than this. This is high stress. And look at Ding's face. He has the same face I have. And I think we're gonna see the money go in. Send it, Elton. Put a stop to this madness.
哎呀，他妈的这把扩了又赢了。
And the frustration builds. I mean,
Flop.
you can't blame ST for 3-betting the ace-8 offsuit
拿
here.
着对时，我感觉
操你！
But there's nothing you can do.
真的是很想骂人，
And,
淹掉了吧？
真的是上头啊！
and listen,
妈的，这还他不搞，
you see the eye roll from Ding. He would have just banged off trips.
他不是 all in 了吗？
But what can you do?
3条5。
哇，那个 AP 没那个 AP 这个牌我真的是很烫。
Nice pop for Elton to pick it up.
多少啊？一直有一
Get himself a squid. Avoid this madness. And you can't blame ST. I mean, he had an ace. The guy's completely out of line.
杀死我！
100多，
But then his opponents just woke up with something good behind them.
130，我8万多，你怎么弄？大，你怎么大吧？
You got to feel for ST, man. Gets into a nightmare spot with ace jack.
知道我要干嘛？
Nightmare.
来就来了嘛。
Makes the fold. Unfortunately, his opponent was bluffing fine. Then picks up aces in the most dream scenario. Gets stacked.
逛一圈。
Then his opponent has a range that includes deuce 4.
哎有这个
He
AP
three-bets an
没办
ace.
法没这个 AP，
And then gets shoved on behind. That's such a nightmare.
你赢，
And he still doesn't have a squid.
啊，
我3条5，
你3条5啊？那不是4个5 A5啊？
背5方便。
啊，那你
Come on, let's get our man ST a squid. Bunch of limps here to Elton.
一般的
Jack 5 offsuit.
我替你守吗？
He might just get out the way. I mean, he already has a squid. But maybe he wants to gamble a little bit. you see, he wanted to gamble, but...
他这不帮你设了。
And the action limps to our man 10 Xuan. 2 Broadway cards. Check.
加30块钱，你真的是
And 10 touches here. He's on for the 7th. Oh, a jack high flop. Oh, these boys might feel pain. What a dream. And look at this. Xiang has middle pair, good kicker, and so does ST. This might get expensive. 30,000 and a call. Another call. Let's see if Ten Xuan can hold. Has to fade a king or a 3. And an 8, of course. That's safe. 111. He's out of position, though, against 2 opponents that got called. It's not like you're jumping for joy with this top pair. But I mean, certainly your opponents think you're full of it. Try to just take it down. I like this bet. Your opponents certainly could call with worse, and just generating any folds here is worth so much. And if you're ST, man, you gotta feel for him. He wants to take a stand. And that is not it. Jack 10, good. 10 Xuan, check mark. If he holds on, he's gonna win the pot and the 7th squid. And whoever does not have a squid has to pay 10 Xuan 24,000. Thin value bet for a pink chip. That's a 100K bet. And ST with a nightmare spot again. Has to think the 10 Xuan is bluffing a little bit more than normal, given he would be live for that 7th squid. And ST kicks it up, turning this 8 into a bluff. 350. And the sick spot about this is like, what are the pot odds that 10 Xuan is getting, right? If he calls and wins, he's getting an extra 24K from all opponents that don't have a squid. So you're basically thinking about that too. And ST's sick enough that he still finds this raise. Wow. I mean, I wouldn't think he's bluffing. Because he knows I'm up for the 7th squid. So we're playing the he knows, I know that I know game. Exactly. My thoughts exactly. It's gross. I agree. Lose to Queen 10, lose to 5-7, obviously lose to 2 pair as well. You basically just have to put him on a bluff. Maybe like a 6-7, a 6-5. Not fun. And if 10 Xuan calls, this is just an absolute monster situation. Getting that 7 squid plus the pot. Can't think he's bluffing too often here. But he is. And now it's 10 Xuan's turn to use the time banks. Oh, and it gets through! Oh, 10 Xuan's gonna feel that pain. Oh, it hurts! Oh my god, these boys. He can't believe it.
你把 ST 玩成这个样子，
我操！哎，
And ST takes the stand and avoids the penalty and wins the pot, of
你把
course.
我 T 哥打成这个样子。
Nice play, ST.
你把我 T 哥打
我操！
这不是你玩的牌吗？
这你妈这个亏大了！
Wow.
哎呀，
I mean,
好接近了，他妈的
there's one squid
你
left.
也好接近。
And if this goes to 10 Xuan, it's gonna get expensive. Xiang doesn't have a squid. I don't believe Wiktor has a squid either.
这个牌看到鱼还是在抠的。
It's gonna be a battle royale for this last one.
明天还要见。
拉黑了明天。
Couple limps. Ding looking for a squid. He's in.
10年的朋友没得做了，你这样子，
Elton, Queen Jack suited, real hand.
你自己太贪心了，要打个10万，
Knows these ranges are pretty wide.
搞难受了。
太贪心了哈。挑一个他动的。
Kicks it up to 30 and Wiktor gets out the way.
如果说赢多了，那就打好了。
And 10 Xuan. Oh, Lord. This can't be real life. One squid left, and he picks up Ace King. And he's live for the 7th, and he throws in a pile of money.
胡萝卜丝，不，
Oh my Lord, is that... How much money is that? That's $2 million.
是啥？是啥？all in 啦，all in 啊！
I mean, you're gonna have to give it to him, and they're gonna have to pay him. Pay that man
他那个 AK 回来，
7
这个
squids.
蹭哥 call 上来怎么办？
That's an expensive round. Wiktor has 500.
不该赢的牌。
There it is. 7 squids.
这盘打得好。
428 31，
It's the first time I've seen it.
把你的加乘4
这 times 4，
，time 4，
56000，
2万，
对
这样都
哦，3000，哦，84000，
31
84000。
31嘛。
And there you see the winnings. Yi up 1.3. 10 Xuan up 744. Ding up 292.
对啊，
ST and Wiktor and Elton rounding out the bottom.
我拿
打得好，打得
9000，
好，这个来真打得好。
我拿9000。
What a
都
round.
不少。
How much you put?
这个打出打漏漏
My
妈的，
goodness.
打了个10万。
KPC live. Okay.
哎，No, I take 12K, right? 4 pairs.
对呀，所以我才说。
3个人3个人，
Doing $2 million. Scoop that 7 squid.
你们全部都有鱼。
哦，
对，因为他投的，
一个
因为
一个
他投了嘛，这个牌我其实输的牌很少了已经。
对，上面对。
The V pips, of course. Ten Xuan, 76%.
哦，7000哦，找我。
Everybody's playing a bunch of hands. There's no nits.
哇，这把鱼发财。
Just no nits. 7 squids. My goodness.
多少鱼？
Young, Wiktor, and Ding did not get a squid, and they're gonna owe some money.
好看，
The winnings here:
很
Yi
厉害。
啊
1.3, Ten Xuan 744, and Ding
老板，
283.
谢谢。
粉丝开心啦！
粉丝都在跟我加油噻。
What a round!
双移了吗
What a show
没赢 ，no，
双双。
yeah，
对 ，next year。
我发现他们这个要看，我们要看一下，他有时候会忘，
他们经常忘了哈。
因为他要数鱼啊，特别负鱼之后。
还好翻234啊！哇，发哥翻个248。
248不用等最后一把，前面都已经拼。
So far, this has been my favorite episode. I mean, I've seen these boys play a lot, but this is just special.
这粉丝的口味是真的是。
I don't know how they're gonna top it, but I'm gonna find out. And I hope you all do too. Ace 10 of diamonds. Elton, 20,000. Yi, ace 8 suited. Involved. Ten, 9, 3. Open-ended for ST. Top pair for Elton. Top pair for Ten Xuan. Elton, of course, is going to bet this top pair. It's going to get action. 30,000. And look at this. Ten Xuan kicks it up. Just with top pair. Trying to get the players behind to just release. And they get out of the way. This is heads up.
很难打。
9 of diamonds. Good card for Elton. Doesn't seem as if now Ten Xuan has too much value. 10-9 becomes less likely. Set of 9s becomes less likely. Elton also picks up the flush draw. Not that he needed it, but it always feels nice. Another bet. $170. Don't think there's too much value in raising, although I can see an argument for it. I do think Elton will just call, keep the bluffs in. $702,000 now headed to a river. And that's a diamond. Nut flush for Elton. Backs into it. Wise check. It's going to be a pretty easy value bet for Elton. And Xuan's going to have a decision. Beats hands like king, queen, queen, jack. However, it is concerning that the flush did come. How much is it going to be, Elton? Probably not going to be too cheap. That's $500,000. Big boy bet.
还可以放呗，啊，
It's gonna get through.
买出来，我买出来。
Wins 372,000 in that pot. Not too shabby. Little top pair turned into a flush. Can't complain. Nice hand, Elton.
在这里买出来的，
嗯，
在这里买出来的。
厉害！哇，你比我大。
你怎么死都不过瘾呢？你妈的把你踩得死死的，真的是上头。
踩得我死死啊！怎么把踩得我死死？
我真的想不到。
我搞不清楚。
看不出来。
A9啊，
A9踩得我死死。
狗狗都打得赢。啊？
那死
妈
了，
的逼的！
那死了。
嗯，
还好我没3B 哦，这个牌
不
3B，
出花，他河牌打他的又磕。
这个牌3B。
Couple folds early.
肯定 call 你啊！
Over to ding.
输大了，
我那个牌还能 fold 啊？
真的上头。
你大啊？
你个狗嘛！
哦，办得这么好。
I'm laughing to myself, you know, being polite. I don't understand the joke, but I'm also not rude.
说你啊，别人跟你玩的都是钢板。
I'll smile.
这我跟你玩的是地板。
对呀。妈的，我搞来搞去都没有搞到。
Three-way pot now.
我怎么不来了？
算，封过。
No, not so fast. Heads up. I was almost sure Xuan was going to call.
所以手说分过。
Nonetheless, we're going Yi versus Wiktor. Heads up.
打累了，打累了。
我们都被你打得心累啊！一条鱼。
And Yi starts off with a check. Check, check, 9-4-4. Off to a turn, 6 of clubs. Does Yi now want to bet, targeting maybe some ace highs? No. Thinks his hand has enough showdown. Wiktor quickly checks behind, and I guess this just checks down.
King high.
King high's good. Take it down, Yi. Love to see it.
Xuan K 啊，你进来大概率赢了，全是你的面。全小，越发越小。44976，967还是？
真的太过分了！你这几套 ST 你掏都没不掏，
我头就 all in 了嘛，
我因为我都 fold 了嘛，你把
肯定 fold 了嘛。我敢 all 肯定敢 fold 嘛，
我肯定
我不敢嘛。
我肯定跟不了啊，那个牌怎么能跟？真的是。啊！
Nice little hand for Elton. Ding already limped. Kick it up. Looks like 20. Action folds back to ding. We're going to see a flop. Little heads up action between these two. These two really haven't collided today. Let's see what we get. Ace high flop plus the gut shot for Elton. However, gut shot plus backdoor flush draw for Ding might not just fold right away.
真的，
对我知道
我那个牌扣的太划算了嘛，我输的牌
那你这个 call 肯定比他那个容易很多嘛，那你确实嘛，
不光是
他这个比你
钱我这个
难 call 很多
我
嘛。
比例我是划
对呀、
算的嘛。
我说难就是比一个完全不是一个
2
级别的
加
比
20多赢接近80。
我是太
对呀、
你换
你这个
另外一个人，你看这样打，比你这样打的话，我1秒钟给你搞了。
我这样打，我加20多，我神经病吧？我他妈的，你中个底2，我他妈超跑你都靠我，我还加20多这样打你。
你跟王一良这样打，我肯定是扣了。只有他，我算了，他妈的人挡。
Check check turn.
他妈的，我是这样打你，我神经病吧？
相对
相对少一点嘛。
And Ding left with just king high after check calling the flop. Check check turn.
妈的
River 10.
21万的底子，
但是还有一些
25万，
带队
他妈
买顺没买出来的鸡嘛，就是再加上你没鱼，我抓住了的话，我多一条鱼，你少一条鱼。
你俩
He's
你俩
reaching.
现在说的不是一把牌，
And a quick call. Not much you can do there.
就是
Take it down, Elton. Little check back on the turn. Got Ding to bluff, huh?
有的聊。
Okay, we see it.
聊啥呢？你信他就不 call 嘛？你能读出他啥牌呢？这把牌
也是这牌本身一个
We see you, Elton.
很难扣。
Very nice.
我那个
Can't blame Ding there whatsoever, of course.
小哥，把这个给我拿走，我把那个扒掉啊，你那边有一个啊。
The action continues. See the squid. Yeah, Xuan could give you some change. He has all the chips.
帮我计时啊！
10-6 offset, he's in there. I think Xuan is feeling himself a little bit. I don't blame him. Bunch of limps to ST. Ace 10 offsuit. He's gonna kick it up. Action quickly folding around. Yi. Queen 10 offsuit. Down. Take it down, take it down, ST. Take a small one, maybe build some momentum. It's been a long night for Wiktor. And it's been a nice night for Xuan. It's like polar opposites right next to each other. We see Xiang getting after it with the ace 6 off. I like this. Couple of limps. You're on the cutoff. Well timed. And then Xuan gets in there. He's going to give him action with the Jack Deuce of Hearts. And that's a Jack High flop. Unfortunate for Xiang. But Xuan's range is so wide that this justifies a bet anyway. He's not going to love getting called. But I do think you have to bet. 24,000. Quick call. Off to a turn. 97 in the middle. 7 of spades. 8-9 fills. Certainly Xiang has to be concerned now. Check, check. This board does not get any better for Xiang. I think Xuan checks. And now the door is open. We're betting. Xuan saying, how do you have a 9?
很诚恳。
36,000.
缺钱花是吧？搞这么小，很诚恳的，很诚恳。
He pays it.
快点快点，
老乡，
You got it, Xuan. You got it.
投机都
Can't really blame Xiang for betting the river.
你这个3万
He has nothing.
有点侮辱人。
If his opponent ever has something like 5s, maybe he just
7、8万，我
folds.
打3万就多大，没太大的问题。
Land there with a6. What do? You can't just check.
3万8，
Gotta believe in yourself.
是不是都觉得打小注我会跑，打大注我不跑？妈的！
啊？我打小注你也不跑，我打超炮你也不跑，反正你都是只个靠。我怕我以为打中了还是靠我。
Checking there would be for
我以
cowards.
为那个牌是什么牌？我一
And
看
I don't think
把
Xiang's
牌妈爹A2，和你下了2个死该。
妈只送你啊，这种钱
啊，
这种钱只送你。
Nonetheless, Xuan picks up a squid.
兄弟打就是
我打的随意一些嘛，是这样。
兄弟们，老乡说
这个。
It's gonna start us off first here. Down. Xiang's gonna try again, this time with a limp. 5 deuce suited, ST behind gets in there. With the over limp with aces.
二勾杂毛都抠。
同色啊！
Trying to get somebody to act up, and it might just work. Look at this. Elton in the small blind kicks it up, and Limitless has not folded. King 10 suited calls. 32,000 from Elton, call from Wiktor.
How much buy?
Maybe 2.4.
2.4.
好像有牌吗？
Xiang 5 deuce suited.
好像没牌。
I don't know. I think.
到我吗？
对呀，
对，我以为好像有没牌。
Well timed to get out of the way. And now the birds
对啊，我没鱼啊。
for ST.
我不是我。
我们多发点颜色吧，这个2片，要逼着我打底一点。
2片还。
我就是手上有2片岩石，我他妈的算了。
Kicking it up.
你有鱼的。
Upstairs. And it certainly feels confusing. Want a limp, over limp, and now the back raise. Down, down. Good decision, boys.
少2个人。
就想扣一个3万。
He had it.
我想看一个。想不到
And the long night for ST continues.
这么厉害。
Certainly wanted action there. Try to get unstuck.
跑在 ST 里。对啊，很明显嘛。很明显。啊？那你就不大了。啊？你再大一点。
我没牌，我打牌的。
牌干嘛？
我只打牌的。
你就赌我没有就好了嘛。
赌你没有就好了。
对啊，你来个32我就不要了。
哦。
Down. Ace 4 off, but Xiang's not in his seat, but generally the players do wait. They're courteous that way. Very courteous. Very, very courteous.
哎，他没计时啊。
And he did put his time backs up front, so it's not as if they're waiting for nothing. Of course, he's able to use them however he so chooses.
哎，不差了呀。
And Xiang does play pretty fast, so he might not need these. So he's gonna go do whatever he needs to do.
他不会量子
But he doesn't want to fold an ace. Not in the stand-up. Not in the squid.
快点快点，
已经3个原始牌了。
And he's back. Ace 4 offsuit in there. Little 14,000. Dink gets involved as well. Elton's in. Also, Wiktor, King 6 offsuit. Looks like he wants to get after it. Pink chip. And 10 Xuan. It's out the way. Eye roll. I feel you, man. I want to play that too.
妈的，两个
Young's gonna get out the way. He's gonna believe him. And take it down, Wiktor. Finally, a little something for the young man.
上头，
哎，
真的看啊，都 squid。
What to do? Best cards I get all day.
Young back on the saddle, limps, and ST does the play again. Limps ace king offsuit, over limp. And he's gonna get Elton to activate once more.
这能还能抓一个回去的。
But this time, they both have the same hand. And just a limp call from ST.
早知道把你扔了，省1万多。
Off to a flop. Jack 8 deuce. Ding also got involved.
跟我说
Check, check.
看的话，我就给你看。
Ding with the gutty.
说我不敢动。
Elton 2 clean overs. And ST's certainly not going to fold ace king after limp calling. And that's going to bring along Ding.
杂牌嘛，我就说肯定能令和，你不能加注的。杂牌。
Off to a turn, 125 in the middle. And Ding hits the 10. Neither of his opponents love this card. This might check through unless Elton decides. I'm just gonna pop off. No. One more card. Brick. Long night continues for ST unless he finds a way to turn this into a bluff. Gotta assume you don't have too much showdown value 3 ways, ace king high. Let's see what he chooses. ST's pretty good at identifying these spots. Bet. I like this. I think most players would just check. But now the question is, does it get through? 56,000 over to Ding. And it does get through Ding. Very nice play from ST. Love to see it. Limp call ace king, turns it into a bluff on the river, gets through Ding, and Ding shakes his head and eye rolls. He hates it. He hates it. And that's 3 squids for ST. Double the penalty, boys. A lot of unorthodox plays from ST. The overlimp with the aces, the overlimp with the ace king. We saw the limp call ace king. He's throwing a lot of different moves at these opponents, trying to keep them off balance, trying to play a big pot as well, I'm assuming, in a very unorthodox way. Tricky young man, that is. Real hand for Elton, facing a big open from Ding. Ace queen. Just calls. Action quickly folding around. Going heads up. Ding versus Elton. Ding probably a little bit spicy folding that Jack 10. And look at this, he flops top and bottom and Elton's in trouble. Elton has to feel like his hand's good here. He just called pre. It came ace 8 deuce rainbow. As dry as a desert. Elton has to feel like he's trapping. That's not a card he's too concerned of. If he was behind ace king pre, he's behind still. Makes it a little less likely your opponent had ace king as well. I think Ding just keeps the heat on. Not really concerned your opponent has ace king. I would like to see a big wager. See what Ding comes with. And whatever he does bet, I think Elton's hand's a little too strong. And that looks like close to pot, if not that. 130.
但是他没有方面 A， 我就做了很多方面 A。
Elton certainly not in love with the situation, but what can you do? Off to a river. And an unfortunate one for Ding. This just turned sour. Oh. How does that card fall? Well, check.
我穿 K 我肯定是会打的，百分之百也是这样打的。
And now the decision is, does Elton bet this hand? Aces and kings with the queen kicker, pretty strong. Bet 300,000 and Ding hates it. How did that happen?
组合多少块？
Gotta be kidding me.
你就一个3D，
我书里的组合也是很多的，多到5边5起来。
And now the question is, what do you beat? I mean, not much.
A 某花，他妈这都去了10几手了，大哥。
4-5 of clubs. 4-3 of clubs. 8x of clubs potentially. Not a great spot.
我抽的组合多，那不一样的嘛。你这个组合可能相对多很多嘛。
他的意思就是说，没有碰到他的花，我也有花的可能嘛，但是一样的嘛。
I think we're kind of reaching to find them. But also, what kind of value does he have? I guess you're repping maybe a floated King X. Some 8s full. Remember, this hand started with 40,000 pre, so it's not that many speculative hands. Maybe the 4-3 suit is not in there too often. Ding's trying to find the value. Feels gross. It's like, what does he have? But what is he bluffing with too? Nothing makes sense. Value doesn't make sense, and neither does bluffs. Ace Queen will make sense if he does call. At that point, he'll say, yep, that's the one. Long tank. He's suspicious. Ace Queen is the one hand that sort of makes the most sense. Specifically of the offsuit variety. He's like, what do you have, man? Long deliberation. My man with ace queen knows he's good. He's gonna take a sip. Life is good. You know the money's coming your way. It's just how much.
No, I think 50-50. I don't think the call is that profitable. Like,
He's still thinking about it. Curiosity killed the cat, Ding.
I see you wanted to call too, right? You wanted to call.
Very close. I was 10 bank.
Call it. Nice hand, Elton. Take it down in an over $1 million pot. An unlucky river for Ding. Can't really blame Ding. What does Elton have? Basically repping 8s full, an ace queen. specifically offsuit. Nice pot for Elton. Take it down, Elton. Okay. Unlucky ding. It's been playing really well and just got very unfortunate. And here are your winnings. Yi up 1.3, 10 Xuan, 726, Elton 428, and everyone else is stuck. Wiktor down just about $1 million, Wang 815, Xiang and Ding in the middle of the losses. And it's been an action-packed game. I mean, I don't think, like I always say in this lineup, these wins are not locked up and these losses can get recouped. VPips, Elton 72, 10 Xuan 72. Everyone else in the 50 range. No nits, of course, here at KPC Live. Love to see that. And we're off to another round of squid. You see 2 in the middle. Ding starts us off. Little limp. Or potentially a straddle, excuse me. Even better. You always get a little straddle after losing a pot, you know? Want to play double the stakes real quick. Elton kicks it up. 16k, pocket pair. And ding. Looks like he's tilting, but he's not. He has 10s. Squeeze inbound. And he only has 500k. Put the straddle on for 4. $76,000. Excuse me. Update on the graphics. That's 96,000 now. And this is awkward for Elton. But he's going to get in there. Xuan gets out the way. And Yi's out of there. We're going heads up. Can Ding get a little bit of revenge here? 227 in the middle. 3 on the flop. And that is not the board Elton wants. He thinks he wants that, but he might just get stacked. Great board for Ding. Starts off with what looks like half pot. $106. Things getting murky quick. I mean, you beat all the Broadway combos that he's squeezing with. But there's not that much money back. Basically a decision right now. Does he have an overpair or does he just have over cards? All of it. Call. And that was scripted as well as can be for Ding. Look tilted, squeezed, got the deuce, 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 overpair, overpair. And now can he hold it for a $1 million pot? Brick on the turn. One more. Don't do it to him. And he holds it. 8 of clubs river is going to send 1,059,000 over to seat 1. Ding. Take it down. You deserve it. Unfortunate. For Elton, I mean, what can you do? Think the man is tilting. You have a pocket pair. You get deuce, deuce, deuce. Beat king, queen. Beat king, jack. Beat ace, king. Beat ace, queen. Hand played itself. Suited ace now for Elton. Limps it in. Doesn't seem phased. Xuan getting after it. 8-5 of clubs. He gets out the way and Xiang on the button. Ace-10 offsuit. Maybe he wants to get after it himself. Looks like we're going up. 80,000 now. Action folding around, and Xuan gave him action before with the jack deuce of hearts. Does he give him action again? This one's a 3-bet pot, however. He is. And these two are gonna tussle once more. 112,000 in the middle. King 7-8. Not exactly what you want to see with ace 10, but king high board. Your 10 is wrapping around that 8 and the 7. Seems good enough. Bet. Certainly going nowhere. Decision between raise and call. Call preferred. By 10. 275 now. Turn card. Queen of clubs, and this is a spicy card. Xiang with the ace of clubs now picks up the gut shot as well. Might justify another bullet. Put pressure on his 8x's, 7x's. Get hands like jack 10 to call as well sometimes. $140,000. Of course, we know Xuan's going nowhere. And this pot slowly but surely escalating. Call. One more card, 555,000. And the rivered 10 gives Xiang the checkmark. Did not expect him to win that way. And Xuan taps the table, and Xiang probably thinks that he's not winning, but he's gonna be happy to take this pot. Either bluffing with the best hand or checking with the best hand. And let's see this change of face. Relief. Relief. Yes, Xiang.
你也知道我要搞。
Love it.
非要搞，他妈天天喊兄弟58也考。
It's about the one hand you beat, and then you find it. That's a good feeling.
同城的非要发出，同省的。妈的，换位置收了第一把炮，付了2圈。
这就逼了50多万仓，他妈的。
自己兄弟的说这个，啊，
就说你看，
See them having a
来
nice
个草花钩，
joke about that hand, but here are your winnings. Yi 1.3, Ten Xuan 442, Ding 57, Xiang, Elton, ST, and Wiktor all in the negative. Xiang actually is about even. Wiktor down about $1 million.
十勾90都不赢啊！
死太差了嘛，
最差的才0.4A。
Ten Xuan starts us off with a limp, 5-4 off. King 3 suited for ST, limp.
有开到牌吗？
Going 4 ways to the flop. Jack, 10, deuce, all hearts. Elton, top pair and a 7 of hearts. Not really much else going for anyone, but Ten Xuan with a 5 of hearts is going to take a little stab at it. Gets a quick call from Elton, off to a turn. 28,000 in the middle.
让你敲了呀，你要
Queen of diamonds. And Ten Xuan was the first limper, so if he wanted to, he could. My girlfriend says that sometimes too. It's so annoying. I don't even know how I said that. They really shouldn't let me commentate after saying that anymore. 10 of spades. Another check. Door's open.
我看抖音上刚
But I think Ten Xuan is
第2题出来了，然后抖音上
not too interested, but maybe this river 10 of spades. Nah, he's not too interested. Take it down, Elton.
得2级，得上
Little squid, little 28,000.
抖音上第2题的
Never hurt anybody.
谭轩携全明星阵容登陆 KPC。
Ten Xuan goes first. Down.
谁呀？嗯？像那把？对呀。
顶对面他的都拿得到。
8-4 off for ST. Getting after it. Comes in with a raise. 22. Suited connector. Pretty one. Dang. And he's probably has some confidence after that 10's hand. Maybe he wants to 3-bet ST. Yeah, do it. Take it down, ding. Nice hand.
真的是老村长不当干部。
Sometimes it's about momentum too. Just getting a couple in there, seeing the pots drag your way, and then all of a sudden you're like, okay, I still got it.
他就跟你打沙巴一样。
At least that's what I like to tell myself.
一路说不打，哎呀，怕这个怕那个，偷偷的搞一下。
我正大光明的搞一下，好不好？哪一个偷偷搞一下，哪条线偷偷搞一下，你说我听一
景
下。
祥也是的，哎，怕这个怕那个，然后偷偷丢搞一下。
$4,000 straddle, courtesy of Yi. Couple of suited connectors from early. Decide to limp in, and that's gonna bring Ding along. King 5 offsuit on the button. He's in. Alright. And we're gonna go 7 ways to the flop. Love it. Let's get somebody hurt. Nine, 8, 3, 2 clubs. Ding does not stab his queen high flush draw. And we're gonna check around off to a turn. Bink. Hello, Ding. And Yi with the open-ended straight flush draw plus middle pair. Jack 8, Jack of clubs. Probably gonna give Ding some action after Ding bets. See what size Ding chooses. Action folding around after Ding hit 33,000. Got action from Yi, of course. And we see a board pairing 10. Obviously not the card Ding would love to have seen, but nonetheless, I think a bet is in order. He's reaching. $55,000. And he has not folded. I could see some worlds where Yi decides to jump out the window here, but not this time. Wise decision, as I don't think my man Ding was in the mood to fold. Personally, I don't think these guys like to fold flushes. That's just my 2 cents. Haven't really seen it much. And look at this little trap from Xiang. Throws in the little limp. Might get Ding to bite. He is. Ding kicks it up. Back to Xiang. Just a call. The trap continues. ST now. Heads up. Some diamonds folded. Not great for Ding. But a decent flop nonetheless. Pair plus gutty. Xiang checks. Ding betting for a little bit of value, a little bit of protection. Easy call from Xiang off to a turn. Take a little sip of that beverage. 7 now, quick check. Curious how Ding plays this. Clearly some showdown. Checks it back. Queen of diamonds. I think Xiang's hand is probably good enough to bet, especially as played. Certainly underrepresented. Get called by 8s, get called by 6s. And that's a bet. My man Elton's just undressing for us here, okay. 46,000. He's trying to find what Xiang would be bluffing with, and really it's just overcards that floated the flop. Something with a backdoor. I mean, there is hands like ace 4, ace deuce. I think you sort of have to pay this. Pay it off. Nice hand, Xiang.
什么提纲？
有鱼，何必呢？
你们两个才是老乡，跟我的不是老乡。
我没位置，我们国家都不一样。他开4，
老乡，
他有位置，他开4万，他开4万6，我何必呢？
I love how they just start like laughing, you know, like they win a pot and they just start laughing at each other. They're like, "Yep, got him."
Different mother.
At least that's what it feels like. I don't understand yet. I will at some point, but I do feel like they're like slight needling each other real quick.
我留一个没有位置的，我这个架子要拿满了嘛。对，
我这个老乡这次出去你包
对不对？这不是拿满了。 不让把他打一下，合理还扣我一下。我跟你讲，这别人看视频了，都觉得妈的，你跟我有仇。我跟你说。
Real hand here for Ding. Kicks it up 45,000. Big money. Ace Jack offsuit for Elton, and he's gonna 3-bet. Unfortunate timing. And look at this. 10 Xuan, ace king on the button. Certainly a cold 4-bet is in order.
没有多少钱。
These boys could be messing around here.
俺现在想，我网页在想。
This just got kicked off by Ding's massive open. And that's a bunch of pinks. Basically saying how much you want to play for. 450. And I don't think Ding's gonna get involved, and I believe this hand is very likely coming to a conclusion. Don't think Elton's really gonna jump out the window. 450 is pretty hefty for a hand like this, unless Elton thinks that 10 Xuan is up to no good, in which case he probably sends it in. No. Over. Nice hand, 10 Xuan.
68
Gives him a courtesy look.
我不玩68了，685多少钱啊？真的是
Tells him
每次上山就他妈
I was ready to dance.
对呀，
Ace Jack with a 1. I love how they just like needle each other, you know?
上你这个你要对，真的是打神哦。
Elton gives him a look of disgust. I'm telling you, Elton speaks with his eyes, man.
脱了嘛？
我都不想赢，
And I love it. It's so funny.
装过来。不是，我说我不想赢他这个19万，他这个100万跟我撸过来的。
你怎么撸来嘛？
不要了，
我 call 的
你扣啊
话，我 call 的话，我进去里面还不把你打跑。
这盘只扣啊，AP 啊，
90勾我 call 你还不把你打跑？
我上哪里只扣啊？
我 call 你啊！
我操，不是吧？你
我90勾我肯定把你打跑嘛，你 AK。
你是扣我，那我就没办法了，我只能 all in。
除非我一枪直接
Wiktor
推嘛。
just calls with the ace queen. And nobody's falling for it.
我搞的2码都是 AK，你发现吗？
Suited connector for Ding. Does he want to act up?
有什么？
Look at all these limps.
用我的牌打我。
He's reaching.
对，
我支持你。
He's gonna get action from multiple spots. Elton starts it off with a call. The raise is
说
50,000.
他们有什么入池率，
And I assume as played,
就是没有颗粒。
Wiktor's not gonna leave it at that price.
跟住率吗？跟住率，哎，冷静了，最紧张。
Reaching for some more.
坐飞机。
Pink plus interest. 180,000. Some accounting in order, trying to see how much he wins if he doubles up.
Call.
You heard him.
Remind me when 10 seconds. I got no more time back. Thank you.
You heard Ding. No more time banks. Wants a reminder at 10. Seems very fair.
那比赛挺好玩的。玩一玩。
Does Elton want to get involved as well? No. Heads up. Classic battle. Big cards versus the suited connector. 422 in the middle. 899. Keeps things a little interesting here. Things okay with this flop.
啊，一天不知道冲哪冲几个，冲得干干净净。
Checks it over to Wiktor.
你们你知道吗？你中牌率高的。
Kind of a problematic board for Wiktor. It's not going to generate folds from hands like Queen Jack, Queen 10, Jack 10. Checks it back.
你这个戴了假发之后变黑了。
4 of diamonds.
哦。
Certainly Ding liked that check back. Makes that 8 feel a little bit more comfortable. Now the question is, does he bet for protection slash value?
涨了些起来了。
That is another problem
那个娃娃很
altogether.
大的。
He says check.
他们说
Delayed bet now from Wiktor. Not gonna work. So it might have to be a bet turn, bet river situation. 135. Looks like he's targeting a hand like sixes, ace four. Call from Ding.
他是真的是他10块钱的10张给他200。
See what the river brings, and that's a king. I don't think Wiktor's gonna do much checking back on this river. Check from Ding. Pot 692, and I don't expect a check, like I said.
换3张是吧？那个也有缩头的。你要把你的牌型拿3张。
Fair chunk of the hands that Wiktor would check back flop bet turn would contain a king.
不是说一定是丢废牌。
And he sends it in,
就是丢那种。
putting Ding all in for 653,000.
有的很兴趣是吧？
Decision. Does he have ace king or not? Maybe a check back 8's full. Unlikely, given we have an 8. How often does he check back a hand? Like ace 10.
哎呀，
And Ding did not have enough time to think it out. He just had to fold because no time banks. Nice hand for Wiktor. Much needed, of course. He's still stuck. But that was a nice one. Little limp 3 bet, check back, bet situation.
2我还不一定。
Worked out very well. Saw the eye roll from Ding. I love the eye rolls these guys give. You see there. The beautiful squid.
这个可以打得好，这里很好。这是比较深的一个话题，以后再聊。
You're trying to get 7 of those squids. That's how you get paid. Get paid big bucks.
我已经 auto mark 了，我3次没有到。
Little limp here from Xuan.
没时间买也是有关系。
He comes along. Suited ace on the button. I don't think it's going to stay 2,000.
对，没时间还是有关系。就我那天。
Young's going to kick it up.
我根本没得想，
对，我那天一对10也是，对，没时间想啊。
我没有对10。
不是我那天我也是的，没时间排。
Ace, queen, offsuit for ST. I think we're going for more. Young made it 18,000. ST, 82,000.
How you know? I need glasses.
And I think Young can go plenty of directions here. It's going to choose the call option. Off to a flop. 170,000 in the middle.
平衡了嘛，反正我也没有。
And both players touch. ST with the stranglehold, however. Top pair, top kick.
所以刚才 focus ST 就舍不得2个时间牌了。
Young with that bottom pair trip draw that we like to talk about. Sneaky if that 4 comes. Almost 100,000. 95,000. Little $5,000 discount. Don't think we can fold just yet. It's uncomfortable. But we do have a pair. We do have a backdoor flush draw. An over. We actually wouldn't want to hit that over this time. But if your opponent had something like kings, etc., that over would count. Nonetheless, turn card 360 now. Young calls. Jack. Not a card ST wants to see. Check. And now does Xiang try to play takeaway or just take this showdown? Beats hands like ace king.
No tumbling.
Deliberating.
That's the bluff. Ace king so much.
A lot. Some king queen.
Yeah, of course.
King queen is queen.
Players on the other side of the table discussing that last hand. Taking Wiktor. Meanwhile, Xiang deliberating if he turns this 4 into a bluff.
If I bet
As well as just
call,
possibly protecting against some hands.
How big your bet?
Bet.
nah, it wouldn't be big, like 100.
I would have to call. We have like
Yeah,
straight.
and river check bluff as well.
155. Certainly Wang going nowhere. Gonna take his time, however. Call. 670. You're gonna need a chunky one on the river, Xiang, to try to get this through. 9 of spades. King 10 does fill. I do think the door is open. I don't think the 4 has too much showdown as played. Xiang very good at understanding these spots when his hand probably doesn't have enough to take to showdown. And let's see if he pulls this trigger. No, just tabs the table. Unsure if it would have worked. ST with a pretty good hand. Maybe a well-timed check.
你可能想着想 fold， 但是没
I don't think ST was in any mood to fold. 670, the button, and a squid headed over to ST. Some payments are in order for these squids.
靠得动，基本上 A 圈了。如果说是守对的话，应该咱们不靠了吧？啊？
Our dealers get the accounting in order pretty swiftly.
这是889910嘛。因为他守对的话，咱们这相当于应该不靠了嘛，对吧？靠住了，可能 A 圈就能穿。
假设我真的拿手对3比0，我是 call 的。99插牌我不知道。
是吧？9910啊。
其他之类是88都有可能，88抛的可能性。
对啊，我这个牌想把转牌这一枪打掉守对的。这靠住了，我大概率很多的 A 圈的那种牌。没有。让你。
我操，你不是看到我的牌了？
You see the players quickly running back. Xuan not wanting to miss one.
Yeah, 这靠动这个牌的，这个打而且进去。
可以打多少？
Ace Jack offsuit for Xiang. Kicks it up 16,000 over 2 limps.
我有4，这个牌想打的和这个会打中的，我把这个真的。 对呀，我说不打，而且你跟其他的手的也打不掉。
这么下路啊！
And Wiktor's gonna give him action with the 8-4 offsuit.
90可以我也可以靠。
Let's see how this unfolds. 9-4 deuce. Wiktor touches. Check, check. King of clubs. That might activate Xiang. Ace of club in hand. Scary card for his opponent. 20,000. Quick call. River card, please. 5. 77 in the middle and a gut check time here for Xiang. Checks it back, takes his showdown, and Wiktor is going to win this one. Nice hand, Wiktor. Gets 2 squids, courtesy of that first hand of the squid round. Players playing very long hours, putting on a show. I mean, I've seen some wild hands tonight in here. KPC Live, never short on putting on some amazing pots. Real hand for Ding on the button. And it's gonna get 3-bet from Elton. Elton gets after it. A $110 with Queen 8 suited. He's probably gonna get some bad news shortly.
哎，我的那个担担面怎么这么久啊？
刚刚叫了不到10分钟。
不可能，
I think given stack sizes,
不可能。
this probably just gets sent in. Maybe there's a little bit of a click situation. And he does choose that option. Little click. I love that.
你又要牌，
Take it down. Nice handing.
肯定要有牌啊，大哥。
你没牌，你挂点干嘛呢？
我肯定要牌啊。
你一对都没有，你就有牌。你们来一对2，人家一对2把 AK 刚刚好。
最主要没赢过他一把。
谁是那个他？
所有人。
那是他们。
你现在输多少？
The jokes always fly.
输20，你有没输啊？嗯？
肯定赢嘛。
那有200吗？给你
买了200，200。
不想跟你说话，不想跟你说话，你就再说。
真哥买了多少？
真哥。
Me first. Limps.
200，刚刚是他们的。
ST. Now he put a jacket on.
猜。
Elton's in. It looks like a family affair unless Tenchuan spoils it. He does not. I'm almost surprised he did it. Ace 3 suited. 7-5-3. Yi with top pair. It's gonna garner a bet. And Xiang with the gut shot, backdoor flush draw overcard. He's gonna raise. I like this.
没 call 那去上头。
啊，这还有我抛的。
Put some pressure
哎，
on our boy
他就
Yi.
想就抛就好了。
Yi has to worry about some hands here. 4-6, small overpairs like 8s.
比较还可以，他很多
Sets, of course, 5s and 3s.
suitor 的牌都可以推了嘛。
And that's a great card for Yi.
中了个把。
Ha Young can't really know that though. But somehow he checks back.
咱们打就欧了吧。
8 of hearts.
欧了，你万一他输了，万一他比你大，你可以买8嘛。
I think Yi's hand probably wants to bet.
70万啊，大哥！他打10几万，我啪一个70万，神经病。
Certainly doesn't love the backdoors coming in, but he beats hands like 8-7, which will certainly call. But takes it down. Nice hand, Yi.
买过人的话，还不一定好。
不一定好，对的。
不一定什么？一路没打，一路没打，和他打了一路。身上打了。
看我敲他打。
身上打了是吧？身上打了，那就又是一回事了。
2圈。
到我一 call， 让我想一想。
有错了都想扣，我跟你说。
没有，你在这边抛不抛？
应该是 call。
一样的。啊。一样的。你可以再来一次，我也是扣不动。
These boys yawning. They play a lot of hours. Ha Young. Ace-4 suited.
有点闷了，有点闷
That
了。
card, that hand has been his nemesis today. Let's see if he can turn that around real quick. So far, everyone limping. 10-8 suited for 10 Xuan, and he might spoil the party this time. This man doesn't really like limping too much. Kick it up. 32. And again, Ha Young with a hand that could go in multiple directions. Could definitely raise, could definitely call. And he kicks it up. Limp re-raise. I like this with this hand. I also like it against the opponent, someone that might be going after it pre-flop.
你多少？别动别动。100。
Xuan getting a count real quick. How much can he win if he flops something huge? The answer to that is 1.1 million. Xuan does make the call off to the flop. 192 in the middle. 9 of clubs. And look at this.
摊牌，菜单。
Flops the second nut. Not a board Ha Young likes at all.
摊牌是广东话。然后
马牛。
But he's gonna represent. Small bet, 50K. And I think Xuan wants to start putting more money in this. Unfortunately for him, Ha Young doesn't have much. But he would love nothing more than to catch Ha Young with a hand here. But not this time. Luckily for Ha Young, of course.
这招爱减法还好用。
帮人啊！哎，搞这，妈的！
对面的他瑞士。
给你踢掉了。
这种可以说可以让我来。
Take it down, Mr. Xuan.
扣一下。
Gambles it up a little bit.
这个是可以有牌。
Flops the second nut. No complaints.
是1毛牌都没有啊！
什么牌？没有位置，老乡没有位置，能不能这种牌不要 call 3B？
别跟我说老乡了，你就是打老乡的这个。
就打老乡的。
You see it? Your winnings here. Yi up 1.23 million. Xuan up 772, and everyone else is stuck. Dang, Elton, Xiang, ST, and Wiktor,
瞎的吧？
all in the negative.
老子胡闹输了不少。
Blood in the water.
我跟他打的都他妈的乱搞的，妈的 K 四啥，那个抓垃圾又抓垃圾，A2底的又抓垃圾，乱搞的呢。啊
A2我能理解的
来换一个黄的来。
，K4的那个 level 有点高。
哦 A 二。
Elton kicks it up.
A2肯定还
别说了，
Little 16,000. Wiktor joins the festivities with Queen 10 offsuit. 10 Xuan. Looks like he wants to
K 四嘛，
battle a little bit on the button. Yes, that's a squid for you, sir. Look at this, a squeeze with the 9-7 off. My man goes hard.
第一把就有完了。
在搭建，都在搭建。
Elton gives him action.
你是真能抠啊！
Wiktor gets out of the way, and we're going heads up. With some speculative holdings, of course. 179 in the middle. Let's see 3 cards. Bink. Trip 4s for Elton, and really nothing going for 10 Xuan. Checks it over to him. And I think at this point with 9 high, I mean, how do you not bet?
对，我就常在杭州。啊？哦，不能做啊。
10 Xuan reaching.
啊，那你昨天老师可以讲。
60,000.
我觉得跟老周那边说好一点。
Now the question is, does Elton think that 10 Xuan has a real hand? Because if he does, might choose to check raise right now.
均价半
Otherwise, set the trap and see how much money 10 Xuan tries to fire.
马来西亚、迪拜这两个地方我知道是确定的，香港应该也有，
Raises it.
香港应该也有。没事，你到可以啊，到时候我让可以。
160.
其实开刘帅那里，其实开可以。
And 10 Xuan's a fighter. I mean, my cards would already be in the muck. The dealer would have been dealing another hand. 10 Xuan is not so easy to get to fold. Luckily for Elton, he has a hand that he doesn't want him to fold.
老乡，这个人才，
But gets through. Take it down, Elton.
真的打不过你，真的是，你这么厉害的，一点都不打。从来不打，真的是。
要让你死死的。
嗯。
这里发了个金巴嘛。
You know, when you squeeze the 9-7 offsuit, you're going to swing a little bit. Because when it hits, your opponents don't see it. But when you miss and they make trips, you know, you lose a couple tens of thousands, and that's okay. I will say, players like 10 Xuan, when they're dangerous, man. They're dangerous because they're gonna give you action, but you're gonna swing with them, and we love that about 10. And Ding with a real hand, Ace King offsuit. We're waiting now for Wiktor. He's rushing back. You see him running. Okay, Wick, relax. You good. Pocket eights. Also good. And now Ted Xuan's the one. Okay, Ted Xuan said fine, fold.
Do I use any?
No, I don't think so.
Sixes for Haiyang.
你要或者大概多少？
I'll take a peek at this flop.
没有，我是一共80。
Three ways. King 7-5. Ace King touches. Bet a good fold from Wiktor right away. It's gonna get sixes to call, however. 33,000. And look at that. And the cameraman. The cameraman. How does a cameraman know exactly where to go? Oh my lord. This cameraman has no mercy. But things get interesting here. Ace King offsuit. Bet the flop got called. Haiyang now open-ended. Does Haiyang want to put heat on after facing this bet?
后手有多少？后手
56、58。
160. Call. Big river card coming. 454. Does this Ace King hold? It does. Jack of diamonds. Ding now. After facing a check, does he bet again? I think the answer is yes. Certainly could get called by worse. Some 8x that could hero thinking you missed. Some worse King X's. King 10, King 9. He does bet. 220. I am curious, but not much of a hand. Still thinking about it. Not giving up this hand just yet. Deep deliberation. Doesn't want to fold. I mean, I don't blame him. We all hate folding. Can't win. Long tank. Ding is like, please call. Please. All time banks utilized. Let's see how many he needs. He's really thinking about this. And he does call. Puts Ding on not a good hand. Unfortunately, not this time. And it stings a little bit, Young. I know, it's alright. And the cameraman loves going over to our friend here who folded 8s. Yo, this cameraman has no chill.
早就盖了。
Amazing. Yes, you would have had a set, Limitless. It hurts.
一想啊，一拿2手牌，我这会，对我是 fall 了牌。
平手了嘛，不要像有牌的时候，我想说对，反正我没有。你打下来，我想我要不要？
哎，很烫。
Can't really blame Young for calling there. I mean, both draws miss. Your opponent's repping big. I think you gotta pay him off sometimes. Nonetheless, nice hand for Ding, and of course the cameraman with no chill just gives us a nice zoom in of our friend Limitless.
很烫。 负30。
And Ding, gonna play the heater. Kicks it up to 30,000, 8-5 of clubs.
当你啊！别浪费时间。我操！我不知道我也到他们了，想那手牌。
And we're gonna go heads up. Ding and Elton.
还有多久？
10, 10, deuce. Elton with the ace of hearts. Might not want to fold just yet. Bets 20,000. Elton now. Let's see what he chooses here. Gonna take a peek at the turn.
哎，打完跑一把了。
And that's going to make it a little extra difficult for our friend Ding to try to get this through, as multiple paths to victory have opened up for Elton. Ding checks.
嗯，其他什么？什么意思？
空调温度再降低一点。
什么？对的吗？你说我什么意思？
等一下告诉你。
打不过。哎，抽。
Nice hand. Elton plays takeaway on that 7 of hearts. Ace of hearts, key card in his hand. Nice pot. You know, sometimes you gotta play your rush. I don't blame you, Ding. Get in there. The night continues. The question is, does Limitless get unstuck? Does ST make a comeback?
真的热，我操！这儿不能调
Does
吗？
Young make a comeback? Couple limps over to Ding, real hand. Queens in the small blind. We're going up. think he's gonna get much action here.
哦，我知道
Unless
最后一条鱼啊。
ST decides to want to play a little enforcement on the button. The answer is yes. ST the enforcer.
他的狙击枪，
我
他不在后面，我过了。
我说的是实话了。
Certainly not the board Ding loves to see, but nonetheless has the best hand. Starts off with a check though. Check, check. 9 now. Gut shot for ST.
舍不得，你把衣服脱了呀？舍不得？咋了？你这句话，妈粉丝听到了呀？啊？然后全网就说谭老板是一句了，我跟你说。
Take it down, Ding. Not much ST could do there.
真的有牌。哎，
没有牌的时候被你逮住了，太让你很失望。
嗯
啊？卡住，没再打花掉。
不打时间长。
See Limitless joining the little bit of tea, a little bit of water, potentially.
9K 红桃。
Live straddle courtesy of Xuan. And these boys without a squid opening up these ranges. 6-2 off, Jack 3 off, potentially in there as well for ST. Looks like he wants to put in some force behind this V-pip. And he does kick it up 55,000. Not gonna get through Ding. Now Ding on the button can certainly make it a little bit more expensive to go. Verbalized it. We're going up 135.
我怎么脑子在想什么？我看脑子觉得你没动，觉得你有牌。
And I mean, I presume this hand is over.
嗯，对，就这会儿状态不好。就像你昨天说的，这个状态好不好自己，对吧？看我的自己。对啊。
Take it down. Ding. Nice little 3 bet on the button. Pocket 8s.
大了，打大了。
对啊。
Wants a little rabbit hunt. Can't blame him. I want to see it too.
10万啊！
88就打大了，真的是。没有。你说可以我乱说。
See there your winnings. Yi still up 1.2. Xuan up 628. Ding up 300. Elton, ST, Wiktor, and Xiang rounding out the losses for now, of course, here at KPC Live. It's been a bloody one. It's been a bloody one. But the night is not over. Things can change in an instant. If you're up a bunch, you could certainly give a lot back. And if you're down a little bit, you could end up with a good evening. That's how it works here. Sounds simple, but some things take a little work. but the stacks are excessively deep. Yi sitting with 2.2 million, Ten Xuan with 4.2 million, Elton with almost 2 million, Wiktor with almost 2 million himself. I mean, at any moment we can see an over $4 million pot. Any moment. Quick. Start another round. Straddle's live, courtesy of Yi.
很闷，感觉。
ST kicks it up to 20, and Ding looks like he wants to 3-bet him. Again. And he does. 90,000. Bad news for Ding. Wiktor with a real hand. Pocket queens red. In the small blind. 4-bet incoming. You see it. 2 pinks and a little bit of interest. And Ten Xuan is not folded. Excuse me? He wants to see what's up. He has an ace. 4-bet from Wiktor, 250. But no, of course. Fold, fold, fold. Back to Ding. And does Ding want to play with this connector in position? Stacks are pretty deep. It's 160 more to call. I think he's going to call. Alright, just lets it go. Wants to sweat the flop, though. He's asking for pain. Nah. Good fold. Good fold. Disappointing for Wiktor. Disappointing. Would have loved some action. Get that top set in there.
那个灯光，我觉得眼睛很大，很亮，眼睛很。
These two have a nice camaraderie.
还好，你遇到台老板那样搞，你只输几十，我比你输得多。
Off to the next hand.
输50多。台老板丧心病狂，搞他一个300多万的头，纯空气。
不是送了一对吗？
偷掉了。啊，中了底对3。
10-6 off, Ding's in there. 10 deuce suited for Elton. Kicks it up, 20,000.
补100，补100。
Drawing dead.
我补的。
Real hand.
补90。
And Ten Xuan traps it. Just a call. Heads up between these two.
我不知道是不是因为每天打牌的时候喝太多咖啡。
6-4-4. Ten Xuan checks this ace king after just calling pre. Faces a bet. Obviously going nowhere.
然后可能连锁反应，然后每天就是睡10几分钟醒，睡10几分钟醒，然后一直就是眯一会儿就醒了。好，然后一直要到。
And this board gets a little bit better for Ten Xuan.
到了下午可能2个小时。
6s, 4s with an ace kicker. Certainly not complaining. However, to 10 deuce, really struggling. Might need to bet again, but probably doesn't think it's going to get an ace to fold, but might get something a little bit worse. Maybe the kings, the queen highs. 60,000, but this man is sticky. Not going anywhere. 204,000 in the middle. Jack. Gotta presume another check from Tan Xuan.
直接打帮赌嘛。
And now Elton left with the board.
输赢。
It's never good when you're playing the board. Complete bottom of range. If you check, the best you could do is chop. Gotta assume he's gonna bet. Now, does it work? That's a different story.
我看那个谁的呀？
Does check. It's shown ace king. Take it down. Tan Xuan. I think probably getting called. I don't think Tan Xuan was
对，
calling pre to catch a good board to fold.
怎么大的两对？
Don't really think that's kind of his game. I don't see it.
你这还有一个7、8卡龙，
他们有在那打王吗？
买顺子。
对，小辉，那个小辉要赌嘛。Charles 还有什么那个哪里啊？法国的那几个华人。
Tan Xuan gets
上
himself
次挑战也很多嘛。
a squid. ST now. Looks like he's reaching for some raising chips. Kick it up.
他上次赢很多啊，9月份。
And look at this. Ace 5 suited 3-bet. Not the right time. Wiktor runs into number 1 ST with the blade.
至少你那个7条的时候拿到一个 K 圈还好，那个不用付了吧？那个7条。
And these players are deep. Once this 4-bet comes in, I don't think Wiktor's gonna fold.
还好，
I think we're gonna see a flop.
不然很多钱。
Maybe more.
对，如果是有248，他刚才3B 的那个
There it
就
is.
有一圈，我那把我就推了，我 A5 同车就推了。
对呀，
我 A5，因为乘数了嘛，
240.
因为乘四很容易就乘满。
184 more.
没办法。
Expensive and wise decision from Wiktor. Most people not folding there. Wow. Avoided disaster.
4把还是300 A 了。
AA 都要看 flop。
一般没拿过。
Did not expect that, but okay. Nice fold, sir. Credit where credit is due. And of course, ST would have loved action, but the night continues.
刚刚拿多少？260。
So far, you know, ST has had a couple of times those aces dealt to him, and unfortunately, just hasn't really
我感觉你
panned
有
out.
点缺的，我就补一下。
Lost the aces versus Tan Xuan versus his king, queen of spades. And then also
他也在。
now just gets a fold. It's not fun. Ding. Ace 10 offsuit kicks it up. 20,000. Looks like Tan Xuan wants to battle a little bit. Love to see it. 3-bet. How do you play this, Ding? Ding calls. 143 in the middle now. 10, 9, 3, 2 diamonds. Top pair for Ding. Flush draw for 10. This could get big. Pending turns and rivers. Certainly got to think 10 Xuan's gonna bet. Of course, this board not great. Certainly a lot of continues available for Ding. Hands like King, Queen, King, Jack, Queen, Jack. Top pair, of course.
Remind me when 10 seconds. I got no more time back.
Bink? That is a flush for 10 Xuan, but it's gonna have to try to hold versus Ding's Ace of Diamonds. Kind of a bittersweet card for Ding.
因为我是没打什么牌，就这会儿掉了大几次。开始一直是水平面。目前好像搞得没有
See the size that 10 Xuan chooses.
大抛到很多，王爷赢了100。
That's a big bet. 200,000. Trying to catch Ding with something exactly like he has. Ding has no choice. Calls. Pop balloons. 683. Queen of clubs. Another big bet. Pot 683. 10 Xuan goes for it. 630. And Ding looks perplexed. He's like, I'm the one with the Ace of Diamonds, though. What do you got? Thinking about it. Pretty curious. And he calls. That pot exploded. 1.943 million. A near $2 million pot for 10 Xuan. The 5 deuce of diamonds. This guy's an animal. And Ding, sitting there with the Ace of Diamonds, is thinking, what do you have? I'm the one with the key card. How do you have a flush? But nonetheless, the 5 deuce bandit. 10 Xuan. Take it down. And look at that stack. My goodness. Limp from Limitless. Suited Broadway cards. 10 Xuan. Sitting now with over 5 million. Xiang, Queen 9 off. On the button, however. Not this time. Okay. Gonna take it down.
压住。
Smooth. That's a third squid. Penalties double. The man is tough.
我是反正很烫，
哪里烫啊？
输钱了很烫嘛。哪里烫？
Xuan playing the rush. Yi with sevens kicks it up. And Wiktor limped from early as well. Ace 3 suited might have some evil intentions. Elton joins in now. We're gonna find out. Nope, just a call. We're going three ways. Yi, the original raiser, with sevens. Jack, Jack, Queen, 2 clubs. And that's a really nice hand for Elton. And Yi's playing the alley-oop. Because this collision will generally be between Elton and Mr. Wiktor. And now things a little awkward. He faces a bet and a raise in front. Chooses the cold call. He gets out of the way wisely. Knows that there's some real hands here. Pot 198, turn card. Brick. And look at this little check from Elton. Check raise check. Leaving the door open for Wiktor. Wiktor taps it. River. Full house. Do you check again?
越想越多，越想越多，想合理 call。我转牌准备加他合理 all in 他了，我想妈的，花太大了。
He says no. We're gonna bet. We have a full house.
合理叫我勾，他还打。
Oh, not so fast. Yes. And honestly, it's not the easiest fold for Wiktor. Beats 9-10, King 10, or his flush draws. He doesn't have a 10 in his hand. Nah, good decision. Your opponent had a full house. You see the winnings, and look at this stack. 10 Xuan, 5.3 million in his stack, up 1.7 million. Wow. Yi, 1.2 in the profit. And look at this bloodbath. Elton, ST, Wiktor, Ding. and Xiang all in the negative. And it's been a day for both Yi and Tan Xuan. King Queen suited for Yi now. Kick it up. And Xiang is gonna 3-bet Yi. Ace Queen offsuit. And we're off to a flop. Yi raised it to 15k. Xiang made it 50k. And a queen high flop. Danger for Yi. Bet. 50,000 from Xiang. Original 3-better. I don't think he has much of a choice here. Just a call. And that is an unfortunate card for Xiang. Obviously improves his hand, but kills his action. Would have preferred a low card. But this one emotionally feels better. Yeah, there it is. Unlucky card, Xiang. Unlucky. Either way, though, certainly we'll take it. Take a squid, take a pot. Maybe things turn around a little bit. Gotta start with 1. Then 2, then 3. Then you're off to the races.
No.
Don't take time.
ST Wang limps these kings. Real sneaky. I couldn't even see it. It's gonna get Elton to kick it up. 40,000. There is a straddle this hand. Oh, and another set of kings for Yi. And this pot's certainly gonna explode between these two, but they're gonna be a little bit, let's just say, let down. Probably gonna see a $130. Let's see what the number is. It looks like 130 and change. 138. ST's gotta feel good. Limp, raise behind, 3-bet behind. And now you're sitting here with the red boys. Click it. And this is a lot of action for 9s. Might have to let this one go. 330. And now, ST Wang with just $1 million behind.
谁杀呀？
How do you play this?
我没特别想打。
肯定不想打，不想打嘛。
啊？
大家都不想打。
You can send it,
要不要去捧场？
or he can call. And try to play some poker post flop.
我都不会打那些狗牌，送两钱。
Maybe keep your opponent's bluffs in. However, the most of those bluffs will certainly contain an ace. Do you care about that? Maybe. Maybe not.
对。
可以吃一个 try to one main event。
他的命运本打完了吗？
没有，打完了。我刚才你说不是说捧场一个 try to one main event。哦，很烫。啊，排在那个方便 A， 没时间排。
要捧的。
你啊，你这方面你啊，
旁边有肯定。
All of it. And ST, of course, doesn't love it, but he's gonna click call. And they're gonna be like, okay.
打和。
哇！你妈的！
你要赌，他这
And there's 2.7 in the middle. I mean,
没有说的。
I've seen crazier
他
things.
赌真的是，给个我赌一下吧。
操你妈的！
Okay. Yee. As runners. No, chop it up.
我应该靠，哎，靠！
Chop it up, boys. These dealers, they work for the chop. I wonder what the dealers think. You know, all this money goes in. They're like, what is it? What is it? And they're just like us. They're like, oh, it's just kings versus kings. No blood.
碰到 AA 我感觉就算了，碰到 KK 了我。没时间排上头。
And then all of a sudden, there's 2 spades on the board, and they're
我
like,
的
oh,
实验牌我就是有
maybe there
有实验
will
牌
be
我
some
上头，
blood.
要不有 A 哈？
越想越多，越想多，靠你那牌
排
就，
叫当片 A，
然后
排一个队。
然后就想
要不你是把他哪个出现？
就想了赢你的2手牌，靠了，要不然我那牌秒气。
2 squids in the middle. Because that last hand was chopped, we throw 2 of them now. Always makes things a little extra exciting. Limp.
这个 all in 肯定是 KK 了嘛？还有什么牌啊？名牌 KK 了嘛？
Ace 9 offsuit. Dink with no squid.
哦，我有我
Throws in a chunk of orange. 30,000.
给你们玩，玩什么？
Who wants those orange chips?
那个鱼。
Yeah. Trying to find a way to get in here, but hand is not great. King 10 offsuit for Xiang. He has a squid
来
though.
练谱一下，你来吧。
Gets out the way.
你会不
ST.
你不练谱我就来了，你这你也
Pretty connector. Probably not going anywhere.
35的扣中3万，那3万肯定不在话下。
Okay. Call it. Heads up.
这个叫没时
ST
间排
versus
对没时间
Ding.
排 check。
Check dark.
开心。
And this is a flop. Open-ended plus backdoors. ST top pair. Ding. Fair fight. 30,000 from Ding. Does ST wanna
啊，好吧
get a，little
还有
spicy?
一个犹豫。
Nah, just a call. Turn card, please. 125 now. Five of hearts. Not a great card for Ding, as the 5X's will be more advantageous to ST. Nonetheless, looks like he's reaching for something. Maybe not. Thinking about it. Bet made.
Huh?
80,000 ST, release. Take it down, Ding. 2 squids for you, sir.
发什么牌？哦，A9这么大。
6、7、8、10、53、39。
And payment
39000。
is now being made. It's tax time. Squids need payment.
打了50万。
我靠，这个是前2天弄的。
And here are your winnings. Xuan still the runaway. 1.7 million in profit. Yi up 1 million. And it's been all Yi, all Xuan.
上头。
Every other player sitting super deep. But
你有什么牌扣我
they're not winning. But that can also change. Xuan.
不是 K 圈。
Some very memorable hands. That King Queen of Spades really the differentiating factor tonight versus ST Wang's aces. Really catapulted Xuan ever since that hand. Also, he had 7 squids. That's a nice chunk of change as well.
又没时间牌。
Limp here from Elton. Limp behind Wiktor. Xuan's in. Let's V-pip a little bit. Xiang checks it. Lets them live. Off to a flop. 5 ways. Ace, 10, deuce. Top pair, Elton. Not much going for anyone else. Hand might just be over on the flop if Elton chooses to bet, but he does choose to check, which gets Wiktor to take a stab at it. Nice play, Elton. Call. Off to a turn now, heads up. Bricky turn, no equity for Wiktor. It's gonna need just sheer bullets. Do they come through? It would be effectively trying to get a 10 to fold. And that's a big bet. There's 30,000 in the middle. Wiktor going for 1.5x the pot. And this changes things. Elton probably wanted to play a nice controlled hand. Check call, but now with these big shells, things change a little bit, but Elton undeterred, even so much he makes change for Wiktor. Now the Jack of Hearts peels on the river. Elton certainly gonna check, and he's gonna face a decision if Wiktor chooses to fire another big bullet. Or was the jig up on the turn? You tell us, Wiktor. Deliberation. Buck 20 in the middle. Does he fire another overbet? Reaching. And that is a chunk.
但主要是现在有时间，
210
那个推我也未必会接，但我觉得我会接。
Goes overbet turn into overbet river
我没
with
有放弃 我
bubbles.
就够了嘛。
Sort of identifying that we probably have an ace.
什么东西？ 可能是
我知道你会扣这还。
Limitless bringing the smoke in this hand. Not an easy one.
你给我想一下嘛，我就 fold 了。
Thinking 4-5, maybe like a 3 deuce type of hand.
我会跑的。
Gets through. It's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt. Look at the little smile on Elton's face, like, really? Okay. Nice play, Mr. Limitless. Okay. We see you. Overbet turn, overbet river. I think that's probably the only way that hand was going to get through. Because Elton, on that turn, was not having it. He even made change for Wiktor. Like, oh, you overbet? I call. Here's your change. That's kind of a power move. You ever called an overbet and then made the change yourself? I don't think I've ever done it, but I might have to try it. Straddle live from Ding. Suited ace for 10 Xuan. Spin all 10 Xuan today. Kick it up 21,000. Deuces for Yi. Calls it. 5-3 offsuit for Ding. 3 ways to the flop now. 66 in the middle, and that is a deuce. Great spot for Yi. And not a great situation for Ding. Middle pair gut shot. It's gonna have to try to find something. And 10 Xuan playing alley-oop. Lobs it up for these deuces. And if Yi raises, it might give Ding a chance to get out. He does raise. And now does Ding get out through the back door? 72,000. Careful, Ding. Uh-oh. I'm afraid for my friend Ding here. Oh no. No! I saw it in his eyes. Flop 3-bet. 145. A click. Set of deuces for Yi. Certainly going nowhere. I don't think he puts in another bet. Your opponent could certainly have 3-4 from the big blind. Oversets, of course, as well. I'll defer to Yi, however. Call. Off to a turn. This pot all of a sudden woke up to the tune of 377. And that's the 10 of hearts. Deuces get us a little weaker on this turn. And maybe Ding, with this 3 of hearts, tries something. And at this point, you know you're behind. Now it's just, are you behind? He had 2 pair on the flop? Or are we behind? He has a flush now. Chooses to bet. Block bet 70,000.
还有100对吗？
And this is a nice little smooth block bet on the turn. Kind of forces Yi to just call. I mean, Yi a little bit in a predicament. If he raises, does he could run into a flush? Let's see what Yi chooses though.
哦，姓黄。
I feel as if I would just call, but I'm just a guy in the cloud. What do I know? He's way better than I am. He's sitting at 1.9 mil.
他是姓 Tom。
Deliberating.
不是，他那个后面是 HUANG。
You really thinking about this, Wood?
黄应该是黄。
Dink just bet 70,000 if he check raised and made a flush. That is the question. If the answer is no, maybe we raise. But just calls. I like that play. Off to a river. Brick. 500,000 in the middle. And a decision for Ding. He certainly knows he's not winning here. Does he send it? Something like 400, maybe pot. Looks like 330. Snap call. And Yi wins a $1.1 million pot. Set of deuces takes it. And Yi now sitting with 2.7 million. And I can't really blame Ding. I mean, he has the right hand to do exactly what he's doing. Just ran into a buzzsaw.
比如说打之前，因为这样我没有办法说话，对我没有办法说话。比如说我想他打的时候
I don't know what Yi's saying because I don't speak Chinese yet. But I think he's saying, I don't know, I had a set. What do you want me to do?
不是我
I'm almost certain that's not what he said. But that's what I would like him to say.
然后我说哦，你时间到了不能打，我这个话能讲吗？
肯定可以讲啊。啊，时间是到了。比如说你是模棱两可的牌，你可以不算到这个下注的。
所以说我不好说嘛。你规则上你说，
You know, I think that
应该还是要讲。
Google came out with one of these like earpieces that translates for you. I might have to buy it. Yeah, I might have to
这个牌我
see
他时间到了。
if I could write that into my contract. You think they'll get one for me? You think KPC will get one for me? Little translate. If not, I'll get it myself for all of you. It'll make the stream way more fun if I could understand what they're saying. All the little needles, all the tilting. I need that in my life. Meanwhile, Elton kicks it up. 12,000. Wiktor calls. Yi 3-bet. And Ding wakes up with a real one. And he looks like he's spicy, right? Think about it. Just lost this massive one. And now you're 4-betting? I wouldn't believe it. I would not believe any of this.
总共是有80吗？70多。
However, not that deep anymore. That is the concerning factor for Yi.
我都没听到你在说什么，我就闷。
就是刚才那个牌嘛，他已经到时间了。
Yeah, I think he doesn't believe him, but just not deep enough. But he had it. Ace King offsuit. And that's tilting too. You know, I've mentioned it a couple times. You lose a big pot, then you're like, great, I have Ace King. They're gonna think I'm tilted. And then they just fold. And that actually makes you tilted. So if you weren't tilted before, you're probably tilted now. And if you're not tilted, you're a better man than I am.
他去拿马了，但是他没有。
Because I would be steaming.
对，所以说我有这，所以说嘛，我意思是，你应该定一个就是要大家
就是
公平的规则嘛。
Straddle live from Limitless.
一句话都不能讲的这个过程。我说他，我是让你打还是不让你打呢？你跟我，对不对？因为他也不知道我什么牌。
Real hand for Xiang. Kick it up. 32.
我抓鸡的牌。
比如说你1对6的话，你要不然下注。
1对6或者。
Take it down. It's nice to get a squid. No contest. Of course you want a little action with the 10s, but you'll take the squid. Avoid that penalty. Could get costly.
我call 起来没那么难受，就是输我也就30多嘛，就打个 all in 了，我真的。
你一定 all in 还赢了。那是个想问那个可以吗？
Limp here. 10 Xuan. Couple more limps. And a bunch more limps. And does Elton want to activate with this Queen 4 suited? This is a spot that I've seen him take a variety of times. He likes this spot. And he's going for it again. And he kicks it up. Looks like 32,000.
4.50
An array of folds over to ST. Does he want to give action with this 5-3 suited in position? I think so. Here we go. Call. Heads up. Queen 4 suited. 3-5 suited. King, Queen, 9. Nothing for Wang. Middle pair for Elton. Elton checks, leaving the door open to try to get ST to bluff. No bluff. Check, check. Another king. Improves Elton in terms of his hand. Certainly rates to be best. Another check. Really leaving this door open for ST. ST does not bite. Wise decision. 7 now. Check, 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 check. Now on Elton. At this point, Elton's gonna bet, try to get value from something like 6s that does not believe. No. Take it down, Elton. Get yourself the button, the squid, and the pot. Not a bad combo. You know, I was wondering what that was on Elton's left hand, but we'll get back to that. Xuan up 1.67 million. Yi now right behind him, up 1.65 million. And it's really been all these two all night. I mean, it's just been a show. They've made good hands. They got there. Not really much the opponents can do, but just try to cover up and try to defend themselves from the beating. I mean, they've all played relatively well. These two have just got hit with the deck.
我拿不到。
兄弟，你这个人真的结束了，神经病！妈，不然我拍你的这么老，真的是。
还有3把牌，我不入池了。你自己看的。好好的。
我会打50几嘛，55。
55就肯定弃牌率最少
高很多，你这个太
30%，我就跟你说实话。
没有，我不知道。
And Elton,
我算错了，
these
我
sixes
拿，我又怕他砍
getting
我时
kicked
间
up. 25,000 on the button after a couple limps in front.
你等下可以看那个是同一时间。
如果多个嘴的话，你这个牌
对。
26000对吧？
不好说，很好说，他也不好说。我是
25000还是26000？
破太大了，不好说。你这个下次是其实有效的。
Young calls that 25,000.
所以我说很难讲嘛。
And we're going heads up.
规则上你说的是嘛？
Young versus Elton. Good board for Elton.
我数不到
Not
那个
much
波
Young can really do
我
here.
一直在数。对，我肯定是打满池嘛。
就你打了一个让我秒扣的数嘛。
50多，18对50多，我现在算我肯定可以打55。
36、7万的锅，他打了个9万
，Take it down, Elton.
30加就50嘛，我会打55，我肯定打55嘛。我不会打头，我就打55。
满锅我这个牌有红桃，应该是
你还有红桃啊？
所以我应该是少10、20万。 你这个牌只有 all in 有机会打走我，我跟你说实话。
什么？
只有 all in 有机会打走我。
他的牌我自己都会。
好像很好。
对。
我打55000。55万。
5万5，那我只能 call 了，没 call 完。55可能一半一半吧，但是超过50的，我跟你说。
Young snaps back into it. King 10 offsuit limp from ST is gonna get isolated by Ding. Ace 4 suited Elton.
我不能说话嘛，这个太大错了。
没有，因为我又拿的时候，我又怕那个时间到了，然后他又不让我下注。
不用怕，时间到了，
你早点拿。 我没那么好说的。
Just calls, and now Wiktor. 4-3 suited, he's in.
所以是不是提前讲好了？
对的，到点了，别人下注我肯定不算的，怎么算的？巴拉的算了，你下注吃肉。
What do you want to do, Xuan? Let's it go.
那我这个牌其实相对还好，因为我 call 之前。
And that's gonna bring an ST. 4 ways to the flop, 91,000 in the middle. Jack 8-4. Bottom pair for both Wiktor and Elton. Middle pair for Ding. Action checks over to Elton.
所以我肯定是打满池嘛，花肯定多。
对你这样打的话，打满池它是很难。
Wager. That's 26,000 and a call from Wiktor. Ding now. A little uncomfortable, but it's gonna take a peek at the turn.
你们明天 短牌是什么情况？怎么说啊？
Seven of spades, not a card anyone likes.
大家商量好。
我听着叫商量好的。
It's literally not a card anyone likes. And it checks around. Let's put another card that nobody likes. Six of diamonds. Everyone checks. 8 is good. 169,000. Headed over to Ding. This feels good to win that pot, I'll tell you that. You don't expect to win on that run out.
够啊！Win.
Little bit.
Maybe that's the hand come.
Maybe.
Huh?
Anything.
You me. Hints. SS.
Okay.
And there you see it.
Flop king.
One squid
S.
left.
River king.
Wiktor. Ace-9 suited, real hand. Xuan really wants to go after it, really wants that squid. Can't blame him.
很烫。
打完了是吗？
没有啊，看交不交时啊？
Boys are ready to take a break.
跟着意见呢？
Ready to wrap this up. But not so fast, there's some hands.
你不打了？ No kings?
King's call.
No squeeze. Limp call from Wiktor, and here we go. 3 ways to the flop. 105,000 in the middle. 10, 7, 5. Hello, Xuan. As if it wasn't a great night already. Flops top 2 in a spot where it looks like he's trying to bulldoze his way into not paying this squid.
输不了那么多。
Bet 70,000.
哎，上头
And
我打
Wiktor
50被 call 我还没这么上头。
Gets out the way, and that's unfortunate for Xuan. But I mean, come
打
on.
55你觉得会
The
call 吗？
man
说
has
真的，
got everything his way. And Wiktor would have backed into a straight.
哎，我操，我中个勾啊！
And what a night it has been. Xuan all over this game today. Up a pile. But, you know how it is. Some nights, it's just your night. And tonight, it was all Xuan and Yi. The pleasantries exchanged. I hope you all enjoyed KPC Live.